Okay. Let's do some random, just speed questions. Kind of throw out some of your. I want to hear let's do 5 favorite things or 5 things that you have no idea what I'm going to say, but 5 favorite things.
Okay.
First of all, favorite. If you had to pick one, and this is gonna be hard. If you had to pick one favorite band of all time.
I definitely need to give credit to the band I was kind of raised up on. So I definitely would say probably Switchfoot as my favorite band. A close second is probably Colony House. They're up there for me too, especially Caleb Chapman and his writing and all that. But
yeah, phenomenal. Yeah, for sure. But yeah, Switchfoot, of course. They're awesome. I think we've been listening to them for forever.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, definitely a great band to look up to in every way.
Yeah.
Okay, so a side note of that, another favorite, I think is separate from a band, but a favorite, like if there's a favorite musician, someone that you look at and you're like, in every way he exemplifies what you have been, influenced by. Just one musician, not a whole band, but a favorite musician. What would that be? Or who would that be?
I mean, I would have to say this person I've literally kind of like how I sing, how I do everything is kind of mimicked off him. So I would have to say John Foreman. It's very much like Switchfoot as a band and then like John Foreman himself, And I also relate to him a lot because I'm not the best musician ever. I'm also not the best singer in the world, but it doesn't matter. It's the voice he's created, it's the movement he's created. His lyrics, it's phenomenal. So I would have to say John Foreman.
Oh yeah, Meant to Live or so much more. Yeah, awesome. John Foreman's phenomenal. Love him. You got to meet him. We got to meet him, and we got to talk with the band for a little while backstage at one of the Freedom concerts.
Celebrate Freedom.
Celebrate Freedom.
104.7 The Fish.
Yeah, we sure did. That was awesome. I remember that moment because
you knew the guys from Jars of Clay or the bassist or someone.
It was the guitar player. He had mastered a project that I had done actually, and so I went back there to talk with him, and then the bands were all back there chatting. So we got to spend some time back there. I got to chat with Jerome and Drew and basically talk about kids and life because they, are away from their kids.
Because they're actually people.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny. They're actually people.
Yeah, and I remember they had, they were talking about being away from their kids because I'm standing there with you. You were, Holly, how old were you? You were...
I had to be like 8, 7, something like that.
Yeah, 8, maybe 8 or 9.
Okay.
Maybe 8 or 9. And then I had little Jason. You probably were 8 because Jason was in a stroller.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
I had definitely spawned in. So I definitely was cognitive. I remember it.
Yeah. But I just remember, John Foreman was walking away, and I was like, I want to meet him so bad. So I yelled. I was like, John. And he turned around, and he walked over, and we chatted for a little bit about influences and things that he had listened to. I had some questions in my head I wanted to ask him, and then he noticed you.
Yeah.
So he noticed...
I was wearing like a shirt that had like a fake tie on it. And I remember this was like a canon event for me. And I'll probably tag John Foreman and Switchfoot. But, he probably doesn't remember this. But all he literally said to me was like, cool tie, bro. Yeah. And I was like, this shirt? Oh. I was like, oh my gosh.
I'm never going to get rid of it.
I'm never washing it again.
I know. Yeah. That's hysterical. So yeah, definitely a family favorite and huge influence on, their music is a huge influence on my life as a whole. And I'm obviously on all you kids for sure. Okay. So another favorite. Do you have a favorite, if not one that you have, or one that you're hoping one day to get, a favorite all-time guitar that's like a dream guitar for you?
I've always wanted, part of me is like wants to go the electric guitar route and like say like, oh my gosh, like I want to get like a Fender Jaguar or like a Kurt Cobain version or something, or even like a Fender Noventa or something like that. But really, something that I feel like would genuinely like really inspire me is if I got like one of those like really old like Gibson acoustic guitars, like I think they're like a J45 or something.
Yeah.
Or just like an old vintage acoustic, maybe like a Martin or a Gibson.
The wood is just so nice.
It's like broken into, and you feel like like someone in their 90s were like just destroying that thing. I feel like that would really just inspire me.
Yeah.
As opposed, I mean, I definitely favor electric guitar, and I definitely am in that rock place, but it's just something about like an acoustic guitar. I mean, it's probably because it's my roots, what I started with, but yeah, I would say maybe like an old vintage acoustic. So
okay, and so to go along with that, if you did get this amazing dream guitar, or if you went the electric route and got that guitar, whatever it is, if there's one song that you could pick out that you would love to just jam out, like it doesn't have to be your favorite song, but if there's one song that you would just like, man, I just love to jam out to that song on an amazing guitar, what song would that be?
So if I went the electric guitar route, if I had an opportunity to like jam out with like the band or something themselves, I would do Blackout by Turnstile, no doubt. Or if I did the acoustic route, I'd probably want to like play, like doing something like Looking for Some Light with Colony House, because that was a huge song for me too.
Yeah.
I'd probably do the acoustic Looking for Some Light, and then electric probably like Blackout by Turnstiles.
Okay. All right. And let's say to go along with that electric guitar, if there's a particular favorite color you would want the guitar to be.
I like colors that are like crazy and out of nowhere. So probably I've always wanted to do like a sparkling one would be interesting. Or like a red. I like red guitars a lot. So like a red body, and then it has like not a white pick guard, but like more of like a cream type. That definitely would be very nice for me. Okay. Maybe like some sparkles in the red or something.
Okay.
But that would be pretty cool.
Awesome. Okay. All right. And as a side note, just a random weird fact about you. What's because we know you drink a lot of teas. You found a lot of teas that you love to like just as a singer to help out with your throat. But what's like a favorite tea? Just a favorite that you drink.
I got to go with the trusty old throat coat.
Throat coat. Yeah. Okay.
I don't know the brand that I buy, but it's just throat coat. That's my go-to, no doubt. I drink it. It's probably second to water, and probably more than coffee. No, I'd say like water, coffee, and then throat coat. It's probably third, but I drink a lot of throat coat.
Okay, and one more weird fact about who's your favorite brother? No, I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna ask.
Who's my favorite brother?
I'm not gonna ask you your favorite brother.
Jason. Jason's my favorite brother.
Jason's your favorite brother.
Yeah.
Okay, he'll love that. Shout out to Jason.
Shout out Jason.
What is a favorite food that you have that it just reminds you of some awesome memory, maybe from growing up, or just something that, is there a favorite food that you have that it just brings back like some kind of awesome memory?
It's got to be beef stroganoff.
Meemaw
would cook hamburger helper.
Yeah, we used to mess with her. We called her souped up hamburger helper.
Yeah, G-Dad would say that.
It really wasn't.
No, she would cook it. Yeah, but That definitely is probably like a comfort meal for me. I'll eat like 4 or 5 helpings of that.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, for sure. Meemaw's beef stroganoff. Yeah, it was amazing. So, okay, some awesome favorites. I enjoyed that. That was fun.
Yeah, for sure. Thank
All right.
you for having me on, and yeah.
Yeah, love you, kid.